Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, January 8, 2024. The lunar nodes repeat their cycles over 19-year periods. As they move through the zodiac, we experience karmic lessons and destined events around the themes on each axis. The North Node, also referred to as Rahu, or the head of the dragon, ties to what is entering our lives and the human collective on a destined level. Right now, it is in Aries, encouraging us to favor our own opinions, plans, desires, and goals. The South Node, also known as Ketu, or the tail of the Dragones, about what is leaving our lives or the human collective on a large scale. With it being in Libra, we may notice that people and relationships that are unhealthy pass into dust. Keep your enemies close. Ideally, you may want to be well loved and received by all in your greater professional community. However, this is not always the case, and you might be more attuned to the frenemies in your work community when the Sun in Capricorn squares Chiron in Aries. You may hear something through the grapevine or pick up on a snarky undertone. While this may initially hurt, you could use the square to turn it around by seeing this as a chance to keep your work frenemies close. They may come in handy down the road. As he spends his first weekend in your financial sector, Mars knows that the Sun and Pluto are too far ahead for him to close the gap and catch up before they leave. Instead, as Mars settles into a 6-week mission to fire up your financial passions and fighting spirit in order to see you take your financial power back, he is benefiting from having the solar on your financial situation and money matters, and from Pluto's call for change. You are a compassionate friend who understands what another is feeling almost without words. Whatever you feel another person is burdened with, check with yourself to see if you might be feeling a bit similar. Although you sometimes tend to hide your own feelings, when someone else reflects those feelings to you, you suddenly understand. To get more in touch with your feelings, you may want to start a practice in the martial arts, which value patience and self-awareness as well as physical strength. Perhaps the most curious sign in the zodiacs make great students and communicators. They're witty and charming, but also have a darker side to them. They love to socialize but can become nervous or overstimulated when they don't take time for themselves. This sign is also great at multitasking but needs to be careful not to take on too much at once. With the dawning of this day, you will find creative ways in which to express your sentiments, especially where family is concerned. By sitting down and talking with your elders, you might learn about family traditions that you never even knew existed. Utilize your ingenuity to preserve this part of your family's heritage. While it may not seem of importance to you right now, you will be kicking yourself in years to come if you do not do it when you have the opportunity. Mars' departure from your relationship sector yesterday has been a win/win for your relationships. On the one hand, with the warrior planet of the cosmos gone, so too has the intensity and his sometimes combative influence. Yet at the same time, this has left you with a better sense of what you are fighting for, while Venus and Mercury, the planets of love and communication, are staying on to take it from here. Meanwhile, Mars has joined the Sun and Pluto on their mission to take your financial power back. At the same time that Mars' departure from your relationship sector yesterday has taken the heat out of things while putting more focus on Venus and Mercury, the planets of love and communication, the Moon wraps up its first visit to your romantic sector for the year. The influence of these romantically charged lunar vibes is likely to linger, just as things become more settled on the relationship front. Our eyes in the sky. Passive energy takes center stage as the Sun in Capricorn forms a sextile with the Moon in Scorpio. On this day, you may discover a heightened sense of kindness towards your fellow individuals. It presents an opportune moment to extend a helping hand and seek assistance from others. However, later in the day, the Moon opposes Uranus in Taurus, potentially leading to mood swings and dramatic emotional states. It is advisable to refrain from making significant decisions, as outcomes may not align with your expectations. In your interactions, harmonize your desires with the needs of others, creating a mutually enjoyable experience. Your accommodating demeanor excels in putting friends or partners at ease, especially when they are under stress. Be cautious, though, about providing physical assistance, as unforeseen consequences may arise. Recognizing the unpredictability of the future, cultivate flexibility, especially in financial matters. Avoid hasty investments or acquisitions, and remain skeptical of advice received, taking time to assess its validity. While you may feel a sense of empowerment, resist the urge to indulge in impulsive spending. Maintaining a comprehensive overview of your finances is crucial. Evaluate the necessity of purchases carefully, questioning whether they are truly essential. Your energy levels are high, enabling you to address important matters with clear thinking. Successfully concluding situations, both professionally and personally, becomes feasible. This newfound clarity allows you to confront previously avoided difficulties, receiving positive responses to your adept handling of various situations. As the moon prepares to leave your financial sector, concluding its visit for the year, and since Venus, the planet of money, departed, it forms a friendly aspect with dreamy Neptune in an intuitive part of your chart. Venus had previously engaged in a similar celestial dance during her final days, offering you another opportunity to boost your financial confidence, tap into your instincts, and fuel your imagination. This alignment encourages a renewed sense of assurance in your financial decisions and intuitive insights. As the friendly alignment between Mercury in your financial sector and the dwarf planet Eris in an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart reaches its peak, the moon makes its return. This marks the moon's initial visit for the year, the final one before Mercury departs, and the sole visit while Venus, the planet of money, resides here. This lunar influence not only sharpens your financial instincts but also contributes to a burgeoning sense of financial confidence. The timing is significant, occurring just before the moon leaves your income sector, concluding its first visit for the year and since Venus bid farewell. During its last hours in this sector, the moon forms a harmonious aspect with dreamy Neptune in your work sector Euro, a celestial alignment reminiscent of Venus's final days. This creates a positive atmosphere for both income and job-related matters, offering an opportunity to revisit optimistic aspirations from the previous year. Approaching your dealings with others in a pleasant, composed, and generous manner, exercise caution when striving to be fair-minded to avoid conceding too much ground that may lead to later regrets. Your diplomatic approach ultimately prevails, earning you appreciation and respect from others who reciprocate your generosity. While you may experience attraction to someone, regardless of their availability, it's advisable to steer clear of dwelling on such scenarios to avoid potential trouble. Depending on your character, you either have your thoughts under control or manage them to the best of your ability. With the Sun and Pluto nearing your income sector within 2 weeks, it's time to reassess your expectations for the coming year, not only in terms of income but also in your professional endeavors. Previous experiences and expectations across the income, work, and career fronts won't mirror this year's reality. Embrace the need to raise your expectations, even if the specifics are unclear, and employ a degree of blind faith. As you introduce physical activities into your routine, your positive feelings soar, building on your core strength and achieving a balanced rhythm. Others recognize your vitality, relying on your strength in high-pressure situations.